Hi.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gist on the Cloud. I'm Isioma here with
Big
Big
J.
John, Big John, Big J,
Big J or Giant. Anyone.
Big J, Big John.
Yeah.
And on this episode, we're going to be talking about an interesting topic: Afrobeat and Afrobeats. So I'm going to get the ball rolling. The
Yeah.
first question is, what is the fundamental difference between Afrobeat and Afrobeats?
Okay, so firstly, it's important to establish that Fela Anikulapo Kuti is regarded as the father of Afrobeat. He originated Afrobeat. And
Okay.
the very significant element in Afrobeat will be the percussions and the live horns. You typically cannot do Afrobeat without the S, without, percussions and horns, because those are very, very significant elements. And Afrobeats, Afrobeats with the S is basically all the subgenres of Afrobeats grouped together and named Afrobeats. Do you understand?
Okay.
So the Afro pop, Afro fusion, Afro this, Afro that is all regarded as Afro beats. And though that wasn't from us, that was coined by the Westerners,
Yeah.
from the
Imposed
awards,
on
they
us.
just looked at our music. They couldn't exactly, identify or place, an identity. By the way, there was a time our Nigerian, what we call Afro pop now, was called Ninja pop. But we have time and time again lost the control of our narrative. So that is why they can give us Afro beats, and that is what is, functioning today as what we categorize music that come from this part of the continent.
Yeah.
So Afro beats is a combination of the subgenres of Afro, the different Afrobeat music that we do today, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your opinion? What's your view on that?
Well, before I talk about my opinion, I'd like to know your view on why certain artists,
Yeah.
let's say for instance, Burna Boy, doesn't really like to refer to his song as Afro beats. So what do you think created
So now that's the thing.
that
A person like Burna Boy doesn't like to be boxed. He wants to tell his own story. He wants to give his own narrative, and he knows that the terminology, the term Afrobeats,
Yeah.
is not original. It is not what we called our music coming from this part. So
Okay.
he doesn't want. He's not typically. If you follow Burna Boy, you will understand that he's not a person that likes to be boxed.
Yeah.
He likes to tell his story the way he wants to.
Okay.
So he would not accept another man's or another person's, tag
Yeah.
on what he does. He would
Yeah.
name what he does by himself. Do you understand? I think that's why a person like him would always, disagree that he's an Afrobeats.
That's interesting.
Artist. Yeah.
Because it's also interesting to also highlight that Afrobeat is a genre.
Yeah.
And then Afrobeats is not. It's just it's just pop music, contemporary music, Afrofusion, and I can understand why Burna Boy and the likes of other artists wouldn't want to just, be within that frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
So John,
Yes.
can you share with us examples of artists that have successfully bridged the gap between Afrobeats and Afrobeat?
So basically, every artist doing live music I would consider that artist as one bridging the gap, because
Really?
yeah, as I previously established, Afrobeats have very significant and distinctive elements. Which one of it is the percussions and the horns, and so if you're doing whatever music you're doing and you've got like a lot of percussions, and there's also a rhythmic flow, that is significant to Afrobeat. If you have that as well in your music, you can you can be considered as one bridging the gap. An example is Burna Boy, easily Burna Boy. Um, if you hear songs like um, the song. Um, Oh yeah, they ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know when you hear a whole. It's like the original fella, kind of sound
Yeah.
you get. So, but it doesn't exactly sound like the original. But it's when you hear it, it makes a reference to what the original sounds like. So, an
Okay.
artist like Burna Boy, I would say, has and Wiz as well, Wizkid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And where would you place sampling in all this? Like when, for example, an artist like Burna Boy samples like a Fela Kuti song or something like that.
Sampling, yeah, basically just buttresses the bridging thing we're talking about. So infusing, the original Afrobeat, which is originated from Fela and his band,
Yeah.
infusing that, it just buttresses the link between whatever type of music you're doing and Afrobeat. So it just makes
Okay.
it,
So
more significant.
the likes of Tubaba and Dibanj, for example, would you say
Yes.
that they've been able to successfully bridge the gap as well?
Absolutely. The Banj, I know the Banj. Yeah, the Banj. The Banj is one person that performs almost everywhere with live band, and there's some, even when he was like in his prime,
Yeah.
you see him, he even dresses like Fela. You get,
Yeah.
even Burna Boy too, at this early stage, there was a video where he, had the full, just how Fela used to dress, so
Yes.
basically, we don't want to talk about that. I think maybe you have a visual image of the clip I might be talking about when it comes to Burna Boy. Yeah, but so, basically every artist infusing any or every element of Afrobeat and
Yeah.
doing another genre is,
So now, final question.
yes.
What does the future hold for Afrobeat and Afrobeats in terms of their continual growth and influence in the music industry?
So, firstly, Afrobeats, which is the subgenres of the many music we do from this part of the world,
Yeah.
is at a very good place right now. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like the world is currently paying attention to us
Yeah.
right now compared to how it used to be about
Yeah.
a decade ago. So the future looks so good.
Right. My eye.
I mean, it's shining, So, for Afrobeat, the source. I think we still have a couple of people that are still preserving, that sound. The likes of the Adekunle Gold, um, Waje, Flavor, and the likes that do like live music, you know. So, I mean, the future looks good. I mean, we even have new artists, not really new, so I don't get into trouble with the cats. So, younger people like Chike, he literally performs with a live band most of the time. So, the future looks good. We're at a very
Yeah.
good place.
Yeah,
Yes.
we really are at a very good
Yeah.
place. So I think that's it on this episode. Catch you later. Bye.
Bye.